Good morning. Up next on ABC 7 News this morning, former Governor Rod Blagojevich reports to prison today, but first, a final statement.
This, as bad as it is the beginning of another part of a long and hard journey.
This morning, his last hours of freedom and what the former governor will face when he is behind bars later today.
This is ABC 7 News, Chicago's #1 news, with Judy Sue, Jose Sanders, weather with meteorologist Tracy Butler, and Roz Barron's traffic. This is ABC 7 News this morning.
It is 5:48, and when we come back, our legal expert looks at Rod Blagojevich's final statement and what's next for him behind bars.
And the law as it stands right now is that I have to go do what I have to go do, and this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
The former governor goes to prison today. He is headed for Colorado this morning, where he could spend the next 14 years behind bars.
And as we wait for the former governor to leave, we are joined now on the phone by our legal expert, attorney Thomas Glasgow. Thomas, good to see you. Good to talk to you this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Real good, real good. First off, what will this whole thing be like when he gets to Colorado for the former governor, and how will his life take this immediate change?
Well, the immediate change is that he's going to lose his identity. When he walks into federal prison, first thing, he's already been assigned a number, but he's going to be given the same clothes as everybody else. He's going to be given olive drab, fatigues, work clothes, work boots. He's going to be put into a room with other guys. He's going to have to sleep with other grown men, and he's going to have to end up doing menial tasks such as cleaning toilets and jobs that he's just probably not used to. He's going to be told by the warden, don't have anything to do with your legal practice. Just because you're a lawyer doesn't mean that you can dispense legal advice here. You're not a lawyer anymore. You're an inmate. You are, this number.
Thank you.
And Thomas, we know that his team actually requested this location. What is the difference between other federal prisons and where Blagojevich is going?
Well, a federal prison is high security people. This is a low security rating. The majority of all federal prisoners are low security or medium security risk, so they go into a facility like this. Federal penitentiaries are for those people who are extremely dangerous, who are the national security guys, or who are the big-time drug lords. Who are in Marion, when you had Soviet spies, and you had John Gotti staying down in Marion, a supermax, and the federal prison in Atlanta. Those are places where they put really bad guys. Mr. Blagojevich is going to be going through a federal prison camp where he's going to be camp eligible in roughly 2 to 3 years, where it's even a more relaxed situation than he is now. It's still detention. Don't kid yourself. You're still in prison, but you don't have the same strictures as you had before. You're in a dormitory environment as opposed to a cell. Those are the big differences. And then one of the reasons he selected this particular place is because the incidence of violence is very low here. There's only about 150 guys in this particular facility. Mr. Skilling, who was arrested and convicted in the Enron case, is in this particular facility. It's a lot of white-collar guys. Mm-hmm. The shocking thing is, much like Representative that has been convicted before, when Rostenkowski went to jail, one of the things that he was really shocked about was the fact that he was in jail with so many people who were in jail for drugs. You've got, roughly 70% of these people in here that are in there for some kind of drug or drug use. Drug sales. This is something that he's going to have to deal with when he goes in, because you're not dealing with all white-collar guys. White-collar guys tend to try and identify with the staff. That doesn't play real well when you're talking to prisoners. Prisoners deal on a different level. There's a different code. There's an unwritten rule in dealing with prisoners back and forth. He's going to have to earn his respect with these guys.
Thomas, I'm wondering, what was your reaction to the governor's appearance yesterday, that statement outside his home in Ravenswood Manor?
I thought that was actually very fascinating, because I saw it more as a political speech than I did as a going away speech. One of the strong suits that he's going to have with regard to this appeal is the Senate. He's going to be arguing that this is an excessive Senate. And I think that that speech was designed for him to kind of, evoke sympathy from not only, possible people out there that could in some way give public opinion towards this, but to influence perhaps the appellate panel to say, wow, feel sorry for me. I'm going away, and here's my kids, and here's my wife, and oh my God, look what's happening to me, and look at all the good things that I actually did. That is a very strong argument that, this is the longest sentence that's been handed down in Illinois corruption history. Could the Seventh Circuit come back and overturn it? Yes, that is his strong suit here, and that's, I think, what he was playing to during the course of that speech.
It certainly was quite a spectacle yesterday with a lot of people there. Thomas Glasgow, our legal expert, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Thomas.
Thank you guys for having me.
And of course, we continue to watch. Our cameras and our crews are outside the Blagojevich home this morning. He is expected to leave really any moment now. We will be right back with more on that and weather and traffic after this.